On a personal front, you've had quite a story to tell in 2022. You made a grand comeback as well. You've had a good season so far.
Yes, Alhamdulillah, and the credit goes to ITW, you guys, because when you guys come here and giving opportunity to the youngster and even myself, because I'm struggling to come back from the national team, but way I playing and perform D20 was helping me a lot, and I'm trying to do the same performance in this tournament.
Right. All the best to you and Khuwair Warriors, Amir. Good luck. Right. So the news from the centre is that Amerat Royals have won the toss and they decided to put the runs on the board. Yeah. What did you say? मैं बोला ना मैं भी अटक गया पहला दिन मैं बोला I want to know what's safe total on this pitch, what's it like? They all batted. उसके बाद अगले दिन से सारे टॉस विन टॉस बैट फर्स्ट विन टॉस बैट फर्स्ट भाई लिया ना एंड में थोड़ा फंबल हो गया
तुम्हें एंड फॉर कुबेर वॉरियर्स इट इज कुबेर वॉरियर्स आमिर कलीम नहीं बोला
ओह शिट
करण सुनाव ने फॉर अमीरात रॉयल्स एंड फॉर कुबेर वॉरियर्स
should told me now done it again
ऐसे कैसे
वैसे यही है कि हमारे पास मैच रैंकिंग नहीं है ऐसा हो सकता है कि हम
देता है कर देता
अजहर भाई अदनान भाई चेक करेंगे हेलो ठीक है अदनान भाई ऑन नहीं है
पता नहीं मैं नहीं
हेलो 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 हेलो
ओके 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 हेलो हेलो ओके ओके वो लाइट ठीक है दोनों के
SkyExchange.net presents fan code Oman D10, a tournament that promises tasty, exciting cricketing action, and as always, blink and you miss kind of cricketing action. And yet another shorter format of the sport finds a home here at Oman Cricket Academy, Muscat. The two matches that we have for you lined up today, Amerat Royals will be taking on Khuwair Warriors, and thereafter Kurum Thunders will be up against the Bosher Busters. Expecting a fabulous day of cricket as always in the liveliest format of cricket at the Oman Cricket Academy. It's very picturesque, be it day or night. Under lights assume a different kind of beauty, and here it is, Oman Cricket Academy. So the first match that we have in hand, Khuwair Warriors would be taking on the Amerat Royals. And there comes the confirmation. Amerat Royals, Khuwair Warriors, two very, very exciting sides. We've seen them in the other format, the shorter one in D20. This is even shrunken, the D10. And what can we expect from these two? They've spotted some very, very good talent, especially up top with a bat in hand. Now let's... Well, as far as Oman D20 was concerned, we realized that a lot of talent, especially up top, was dictating terms, and that's how the matches panned out. It would be really exciting to see what D10 brings to the table. Would it be the same thing again, or would the teams be looking at a different kind of... maybe a different kind of action. Let's have a look at what the surface has to offer today.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We are at beautiful Oman Cricket Academy grounds here in Muscat for the SkyExchange.net presents fan code Oman D10. And here we are to look at the wicket. Well, it looks like a very hard wicket, but it's also a very dry wicket. Now let's look at this. You can see there is some grass on it, but it looks like a very, very dry wicket, which means that the spinners will get some grip, will get some turn and some bounce as well. Of course, with the white ball in hand, the fast bowlers will also pose a serious threat. Now, it's a shorter format, it's a very exciting format, And if I'm the captain, I would want to win the toss and bowl first.
All right, interesting analysis from Shoaib Ahmed there. But of course, the moment you say it's going to be the shortest format, it's D10 on the table, the surface will have something to play, of course. A little bit of grass, he said, and we are expecting some turn as well. Well, we had to wait and watch. The toss would be very, very crucial, no matter what the tournament is and what the context is, because that's how Oman usually plays out. And that's the story of the surface that we usually get. The toss, very crucial. Oman D10, SkyExchange.net presents fan code Oman D10. And we can't wait for cricketing action to start as Amerat Royals give it up against Khuwair Warriors. Let's have a look at what happened to the flip of the coin battle. We have Mikhail Vaswani with the two skippers.
It's showtime here at the Oman Cricket Academy. The next 10 days is going to be a cricket extravaganza. It's time for SkyExchange.net presents fan code Oman D10. Under lights, match 1, day 1. It's going to be Amerat Royals taking on Khuwair Warriors. For the Amerat Royals, I have captain Karan Sonavle. For Khuwair Warriors, it's going to be Khuwair Warriors. And to adjudicate the toss, we had the match official Navneet Krishna. Karan, you'll be flipping the coin. Amir, you'll be calling. Khanjar is the call. Number it is. Karan, you won the toss. What have you decided and why?
We have decided to bat first because it's a fresh game. Our plan is to put maximum runs on the board. We are decided to bat throughout and bat our fullest. So let's see if we can plan our all the innings well and hopefully we set a good target on the board.
In the D20, you'll had a mixed bag of an event. I'm sure you want to redeem yourself in this tournament.
Yeah, we are looking for it's a good tournament. It's a less shorter set than T20. It's a fast game. Let's see how the first game goes. We are planning to get momentum since the first game onwards. Let's see.
Right. And what do you think is a safe score over here to put on the board?
This wicket is very true. 100. You never know. 110 is not safe at all. But we'll try to post around 100, 120, 130.
Right. Karan, good luck. All the very best.
Thank you.
Amir, what would you have done had you won the toss?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. अगर मैं भी टॉस जीता तो I'll go for bowling first because first game D10 and it's a short format, so we are not playing before that very short format here. So my plan is to bowl first.
Karan spoke about something close to 110, 120 is a good score. What do you think? Where do you want to keep them at?
We are trying our best to restrict them less than 100, and then we'll see how the wicket behavior. And then according to we'll go for this.
On a personal front, you've had quite a story to tell in 2022. You made a grand comeback as well. You've had a good season so far.
Yes, Alhamdulillah, and the credit goes to ITW, you guys, because when you guys come here and giving opportunity to the youngster and even myself, because I'm struggling to come back from the national team, but way I playing and perform D20 was helping me a lot, and I'm trying to do the same performance in this tournament.
Right, all the best to you and Khuwair Warriors, Amir. Good luck. Right, so the news from the centre is that Amerat Royals have won the toss and they decided to put the runs on the board.
Amerat Royals winning the toss and they've decided to put the runs on the board, says Mikhail. Okay, that's not a bad option at all. You don't know how the surface is going to play, and this being a new format as well, you don't want to be having any more pressure. And as far as Khuwair Warriors is concerned, knowing Amir Khalil, the skipper, he is more of let's know what to chase as well. So it will be an interesting battle this time around, joined very soon by Shoaib Ahmed. Before that, we'll have a look at the two sides. Amerat Royals, Akshay Patel, Hemal Tandel, Karan Sonavle will be the skipper. Hafidul Nabi, Mehran Khan, Pratik Attavle, the wicketkeeper. Watch out for him. Rafiullah, he's going to tonk the ball big and high and handsomely. Vinay Khandelwal, Vinayak Shukla makes it to the side. Viren Patel and Yasir Ali as well. Very warm welcome, Shoaib, to the Combox.
Well, thank you, Suhas. Khuwair Warriors looks like a very interesting team as well. Aditya Parag, Afzal Khan, Arjun Suresh Dhiman, Azam Ali, Bilal Asim, Danish Muhammad, Mehboob Alam, Kutti Raja, Karut Pandian, Muzahir Raza, Sayyid Amir Kaleem, the skipper, and Sayyid Amir Ali as well. So that's the playing 11 for Khuwair Warriors. Both these teams could not make it into the top 4 of the D20, but now D10 is a different format altogether, and it's a fresh day, fresh tournament. So looking forward to some really, really good action.
Absolutely, Shoaib. It's a different beast altogether, and a beast that we are waiting to see who is going to befriend. Is it going to be the Amerat Royals or the Khuwair Warriors? The shorter the format gets, the lesser thinking time as a skipper you get to make your decisions. And more often than not, that could be a win, or do you think it can be a boon as well? Amerat Royals, they have a set top order. We've always seen Karan and Pratik to be the two men to face a new ball. I have a question for you, and very soon, Alright, so I've got a question for you. Simple as that, Shoaib. Do you still say these are two men to face the new ball? You say, alright, it's going to be a 10 overs anyway. Everybody gets to face some form of new ball. Or do you think the ball will change completely by the end of 8th or 9th?
Well, it depends how hard they hit the ball in the first few overs. Right now, it seems as if both these batters have been a constant in that team for Amerat Royals, Karan Sonavle and Pratik Athavle. While we see the two umpires walking out in the middle as usual, Vinod Babu, and on to the left of the screen now is Mr. Rahul Asher. Both very, very experienced umpires. Match 1, we are coming live from Oman Cricket Academy, and it couldn't get any better. Amerat Royals and Khuwair Warriors both looking for redemption and would want to start on a positive note, would want to put their point across and make an impression in the very first game.
The best way to put a point across is to have points on the board, isn't it, Shoaib? Amerat Royals taking on Khuwair Warriors. Two very seasoned umpires there. Very dry behind the ears. Outwalk the two batters for Amerat Royals. Everybody's got to be the aggressor. There's no question of who's going to be the aggressor this time around, because this is not D20 anymore. We're into D10, the liveliest format of cricket. Pratik and Karan would treat every ball as a run-scoring opportunity. Amir Kaleem waiting to send his troops in. Now, can we expect a bit of glove love between them? They've always walked out with smiles. There are days when they're chasing 200 and they'll still walk out with a smile. It's that kind of a pair for Amerat Royals. Out come the Khuwair Warriors as well. Amir Kaleem, he's got a tremendous year ahead. Completely changed his mindset in the D20 and then made a comeback, and here he is now. Captaincy has changed him a little as well, but be very interesting to see how he handles a D10 side. Lots of youngsters. Yeah, he's got his task cut out here, Amir Kaleem. Amerat Royals, on the other hand, yes, Pratik is someone who loves to get on top of the bounce and tonk it. Would be expecting that to happen. The skipper said the wicket is very, very true as well. So they might want to trust the bounce. 8th match, he is into 242 runs. He's got a couple of half century and 129.41. That's right, Red.
Well, that's the D20 stats right in front of you. Of course, he's been a very, very constant in that Amerat Royals setup. Both these players, Karan Sonavle and Pratik Athavle. So both these players have been a regular. And it's good to have that settled opening pair, because you know your strengths and weaknesses. You know how you play alongside each other. Meanwhile, Muzahir Raza is the new bowler. 8 matches in the D20 format for him. 11 wickets. Was really good in the first half of the tournament for Khuwair Warriors. Was amongst the wickets. And one more of the many exciting prospects that you will see coming up in the domestic circuit of Oman cricket.
Yeah, watch out for a bit of swing as well. Doesn't shy away from giving you a stare too. He's a very interesting character, Muzahir Raza. He's got everything that a pace bowler needs, be it attitude, be it accuracy, be it pace, and a bit of character, of course, that stands out. He's a different character altogether when he's really, really good. Let's have a look at the setting of the field. Now he's got a point in place. There's a cover in place as well. Mid-on and mid-off would be up in the circle. Backward square would be very interesting to see what the channel of the bowling would be. There's no slip in place, of course. Outside off still.
Well, that should be the plan with the field setting, with the third man fielder out on the boundary ropes. And a square leg.
Right arm bowler coming over the wicket to you.
You would want him to be bowling
Let's play.
towards the middle and off. Let's play, says the umpire, Vinod Babu. And here we go, Muzahir Raza starts off on the middle stump, nicely flicked. And there is protection in the deep there. So off the mark straight away. That's the right way to go about it, isn't it? Especially in the D10 format.
Yeah, as the game goes on, it would be interesting to see if every dot ball is treated as a crime. The shorter format of the game, and then comes the shortest in D10. Almost after every ball, there is a countdown. Muzahir. Yet to see some swing, of course. There's been only one ball and didn't land it in the right area, Muzahir. That's much better. Tall, lanky, fast bowler puts his left hand out. The ball does evade him, but doesn't go far away. A dot ball.
That's a good length to be targeting, especially against Akshay. So it's not Karan Sonavle who's opened the innings. It's Pratik Athavale alongside Akshay. And as a captain now, Karan Sonavle, I think, would want himself to bat around the number 3, number 4 position. Try to take the innings through. And that's an added responsibility. And of course, he would want to take that as a challenge with both hands and perform to his absolute best.
Into swing. Into swing and lets it go. Doesn't want to challenge it at all. Akshay. Felt like he'll throw his bat at it, especially with the point fielder cruising in. Bit of elevation, and you know that the ball will travel in this kind of an outfield.
This has been a good start from Muzahir. 3 deliveries bowled so far. He's kept it tight. He's bowling to a plan. Rahul Asher, the umpire on your screens right now, has been one of the elite ICC umpires. Was also a part of the ICC Under-19 World Cup back in West Indies.
Swing and a miss was giving him a charge, and Muzahir likes that. This is going to be an interesting battle right away. Akshay 2 dot balls, and you start to feel the pressure. It's the format talking. It's important as a bowler that you also change the pace just a little bit, especially when you see the batter come down the track, is what you said. Kutti Raja. Now he's been a revelation. Such a good keeper. Muzahir. That engine's getting warmed up. Is it going to be the quicker one? He's straight down the leg side, and that is asking for trouble. That'll travel with ease. Akshay opens the account, and in the best possible manner.
Well, a gift from Muzahir on the pads, asking to be hit, begging to be hit. And that is what Akshay does. Plays it up and over the backward square leg region into the seating area. And that's gone the distance. 6, half a dozen.
They just made it look so simple. Pace used against the bowler. Yeah, you might be quick. You still got to land it in the right area, isn't it? There's a sense of nonchalance with which Akshay played that too. Didn't seem to be troubled at all, even if there is a little bit of skid.
Yes, it was as if he was anticipating the ball there. He knew that the ball is going to be pitched around the middle and leg. A good pick-up shot. Last ball of the over. Can he make a comeback, Muzahir?
The slower ball does the trick, doesn't it? It's called the channel of uncertainty, the corridor of uncertainty. Akshay is just underlining that fact. 1 over gone, 7 for no loss.
Well, first over done and dusted here. 7 runs on the board. 9 more overs to go. Suhas, 110 is what the captain Karan Sonavle had in mind. You think it's possible?
Just after an over, especially that too with the pacer not landing it right. Slightly early to decide. Probably give me a couple of more overs. I'll give you more. I'll give you a better answer for that one. That's
Well,
the T20. This is the D20 stats there.
Yes.
Matches. Amir Kaleem. I think this is going to be the line more often than not. The moment he realizes the front leg will be cleared by the right-hander, he's going to target his legs, is what I feel. What do you think?
That's right. He has to keep it on the stumps. But it's going to be important how he bowls these 2 overs because the ball is absolutely brand new, just 1 over old. It's not going to be easy to grip the ball under lights. And that is going to be a challenge for the experienced Amir Kaleem. If he can bowl well, I think they'll be able to restrict Amerat Royals to less than 100.
Akshay covered up those dot balls with a 6. Can he continue in that fashion? This was slightly slow. Only one of them is running. This could be trouble if it's a direct hit. Missed by a mile, and that'll allow them that single that they were so nearly waiting for and dearly waiting for. Oh, lots of action to unpack. In a matter of seconds, that's what D10 brings to the table. Prateek's got a smile, but he knows that his heart is definitely not in his mouth at the moment, but it was just seconds ago.
Yes, no is always very tricky. That throw, had it been on the stumps, it would have been curtains for Akshay Patel. Not to be.
Oh, that's good ball. That's a very good ball. He saw that the batter was charging, pulled the length back just a little. He's got the protection as well in the shape of long on. That'll only be a single. A single is a diminished denomination, especially in a D10 when you want to see more fireworks. Don't you think so? He's doing really well, Amir Kaleem, for the first over.
This time in the slot, played high and handsome up and over. The long off fielder, that's gone the distance. Another 6 here. And the fireworks have just started to begin at the Oman Cricket Academy.
Yeah, 3 runs of the first 4 balls and suddenly 1 in the slot. Akshay too good to miss out in this one. Throws his arms at it and the ball easily travels. 6 it is, 9 of the over. And there is definitely 2 more balls to go. Oh no, 1 more to go. What do you think? 9 of the over. Akshay 13 of 7. 13 of them. And you said half a dozen? Well, there is a baker's dozen there.
Well, there is, and he started off well. He's shown some really good intent, good aggression from Akshay Patel. He knows these overs, the 2 power play overs, are also very important. In comes Amir Kaleem. This is a much better delivery. A lot quicker, a lot flatter. And on to the stumps. They'll still get a single. 2 overs gone. Amerat Royals are 17 without loss.
Arjun. पीछे भाई.
Prateek Athavale, 3 of 4. Akshay Patel doing the bulk of the scoring because he faced the bulk of the deliveries as well. 14 of 8 at the moment. Karan Sonavle, Mehran Khan, Rafiullah. There's a lot of batting to come. And you could see a lot of shuffling as well in this format, especially with the batting order, with the amount of overs left. For the moment, 2 overs gone, 17 for no loss. Khuwair Warriors itchy to get their first scalp. Danish has been handed that opportunity with a ball in hand.
But it is going to be interesting how these teams adapt to the D10 format, because this is the first time they're playing this kind of cricket. And that is going to be the key for teams to do actually well. How well can they adapt this ever-changing situation when it comes to the 10-over format? Good start from Danish. They still managed to get a single. So teams that do well in that aspect, Suhas, are the teams to look out for.
Absolutely, Shoaib. And interestingly, it's going to be a spinner again. So just 1 over for the pacer. Then spinners have been in operation. That's very well done by Danish. Would you believe it? There was a bit of loop. Give him the bravery award. It's D10.
Another flighted delivery, slower in the air. And you're right, it's he's giving the ball the flight that is needed. And a good ball is a good ball in any format. So Danish sticking to the basics as of now.
Interestingly, the spinners are choosing to target the legs of the batter as well and slightly faster in case the batter tries to attack them a little bit more. Look at the angle once again. Too much for the keeper to do. Eventually the single is taken. Danish is not the happiest man on earth because he was setting the batter up. According to him, he wanted to smother the batter. Every dot ball is equivalent of cutting the oxygen supply for the batter.
This has been a good over so far. Stepping down, nicely played, high and handsome yet again. And it goes the distance. Beautiful hit. Everything right about that shot.
Everything indeed, including intent. Akshay has decided to speak only one language, and that seems to be ending with grammatical errors beyond the boundary rope. Oh, what a shot. Such clean hitter of the ball, and that's exactly why he's been sent up top.
You're right, very, very clean hitter of the ball. And that is where Danish needs to improvise. You can't be bowling at the same speed, because then the batsman will read you. You need to mix it up really nicely. 4-5 deliveries that he bowled so far were all at the same speed, giving the flight, and then on that occasion making good use of his feet, Akshay, and hitting that ball out of the park.
Catch it is the call. But how is the question? That ball was flying. It was a mini helicopter from Akshay. But again, it's going to be a 6 because he doesn't see any other denomination to be worthy. What a shot this one is. Stand and deliver. 2 6s to end the over. What a hit indeed. This one more authoritative, Shoaib. Getting under the ball and sends it sailing.
Well, a helicopter shot there on display. And the helicopter has taken off from Oman Cricket Academy. 3 overs gone. The score on the board, Amerat Royals looking good. 31 without loss.
Ali bhai. Muzi. सही है चलो दानी skip yeah okay
Spin from both ends. It's Arjun Dhiman who's been brought into the attack. Again, one of the exciting young prospects in Oman domestic cricket coming through the ranks of under 19. Has been very impressive in the D20 edition with the ball and with the bat as well, Suhas.
Very true. These are his D20 stats. 8 wickets so far, an economy of 7.3. The ball requires a little bit of a snip, and that snip is provided. Arjun Dhiman, it's an interesting call to be giving it to a spinner again from Amir Kaleem. Spinners have gone for 6s. Can he change that? Oh, there is room. And will this be taken? Oh, that's good catch. Oh, what a wonderful catch. Just for a moment, looked like the batter had cleared it. No, he didn't. Danish with that catch. It's a brilliant catch indeed. Fingers pointing upwards, downwards, and then eventually points it in the right way.
Well, you need to give credit to the captain, Amir Kaleem. He persisted with the spinners from both ends. And Arjun Dhiman, the talent that he's extracted a wicket right on the first ball. Very well done there. Danish taking that catch, making it look ever so easy. And that's the end of a very entertaining but a short innings from Akshay Patel. 27 of 12. Amerat Royals lose their first, 32 for 1.
Chal Arjun, chal Arjun. System. Okay. Thank you.
Karan Sunavle comes to the middle. 121 runs on 155.13. That's strike rate. Fabulous indeed.
Oh, yes.
One can expect it will only improve in this format, isn't it?
Bola! Okay.
Along the
Okay,
carpet
okay.
of grass to hit the
Well
ball in
bowled, Arjun.
covers, picking up a single.
Yes, getting off the mark right on ball number 1. Good way to start your innings. Gives you a lot of confidence, especially in a D10 format. And Karan has been in exceptional form in the D20 edition. One of the standout performers. Outside off and missed. You see that a lot, don't you, in the D10 format? A lot of hits and a lot of misses as well.
This is the first delivery that's outside off and a very quick, and the batter hasn't latched on to. As long as Akshay was there in the middle, every time he had some room, he went after it and cleared more often than not.
Shab Arjun. Well done, well done. Let's go, boys.
Well, the idea also has to be about angles, isn't it, Suhas?
Adi,
Now we are playing on a wicket which is very close to the offside boundary. So the offside boundary is a lot shorter than the onside. And as a bowler, you can't be bowling there first of all. That will be called a wide. We'll have to bowl that again. You need to keep bowling on the offside. Make him play towards the bigger boundary, especially in a D10 format.
Inside out has proven to be difficult so many times here at the Oman Cricket Academy. That one slightly easier. Travelling the distance with ease. Karan Sunavle is also amongst the sixers. 4 overs gone. What a shot this one is.
Beautifully hit. Right from the meat of the bat. And it's gone the distance yet again. So only dealing in sixes as of now. Amerat Royals. 4 overs gone. 41 for 1.
Azam.
Batsman change bowling coming over the wicket.
Four overs gone. 41 for 1. Amir has been handed the ball. In search of the second wicket here. Khuwair Warriors. What a good shot that was from Karan.
Yes, good use of the feet. And playing it in the gap. Amir Kaleem still persisting with the spinners. So just 1 over from the pacer, Muzahir. And besides that, all spinners bowling in tandem.
White ball signalled. Amir thought he was well within his rights for that to be a legal delivery. Fired it in as well. Watchful and lets it go. Played a tremendous shot the last ball that was from Karan. Well, he's just getting quicker and quicker as the over progresses. I think in this format, as a spinner, you're going to get quicker. As a fast bowler, you're going to get slower.
That's right. Variations is what is needed in the D10 format. There are no death overs in this format. Every over is a do or die situation. Not a lot of time to settle in. So you need to middle a few balls while you're coming.
I think he's listened to you. That's growing wings as it goes. Oh, that's tremendous. There's a sense of ease and elegance with which six hitting has become the norm. What a good shot this is to bring up the half century for Amerat Royals. It's Karan Sunavle and his beautiful willow.
Well, that was in the slot, and that's a poor ball from Amir. You can't be bowling that to someone like Karan, who's also the skipper, who's been in prolific form. When you do that, more often than not, this is the result. 6 more. And as we rightly mentioned, only dealing in sixes at the moment, Amerat Royals. They reach 50 for the loss of 1 wicket. 3 more deliveries to go in this over. Amir Kaleem has to put his thinking cap on.
Oh, this time it was quicker, and so was the bat speed taken. Arjun takes a good catch. Wasn't deterred by the fast approaching boundary rope. Great boundary awareness and a very good catch indeed.
Well, yes, Amir strikes and the spinners continuing to take wickets. Just those odd poor deliveries need to be corrected. Good catch from Arjun Dhiman. This time did not time it too well, did not get the distance, did not get the elevation as well. And a good catch in the end from the youngster Arjun Dhiman. Pratik Athavale walking back, scoring 13 of 13. Amerat Royals 50 for 2.
Two more balls to come.
Catch it is the call, and obliges. The fielder obliges. 2 wickets back to back on a hat trick now, Amir. And suddenly this game's turning in the favour of Khuwair Warriors, especially in terms of momentum. It was definitely with the Amerat Royals who were dealing in sixers just moments ago. 2 good balls. Oh, that's a good catch. It kept his eyes on the ball to the last moment. Lower ones are slightly difficult to take with the lights as well. But he ensured that the hands were in the right position. And the result is as sweet as it gets for the fielder and his team. 50 for 3. Karan walks back for 8 and has a lot to say to the batter coming in. I think it's about the pitch.
He has to walk back. The captain, 4.5 overs, back-to-back wickets. Amerat Royals, 50 for 3.
Okay, quick change, gentlemen. Rafi. No ball is
Big ball, boys. Jawali bhai.
आप कराओगे ना इसके मैं बाद में ले रहा
Big ball है boys.
हूँ better leg guarding
112.5 Mehran Khan. That's a strike rate that he definitely want to improve in this format. And someone who believes in 6 hitting as well. On a hat-trick, and he knows it. Our stump mics are picking up this story. On a hat-trick, can he get it? Oh, that was the quicker one. Where did it trap him? Perhaps where it hit him was slightly outside off. 5 overs gone. What an entertaining over. 50 for 3.
एक जाएगा वहां से पीछे Bilal
next round
5 overs gone. 50 for 3. The big hitting Rafiullah is out there with his, not his bat. No, that's a sledgehammer. Change in voices here in the com box. Mikhail Vaswani alongside Mr. Ashok Purohit.
Thank you very much, Suhas. And what an eventful first 5 overs we've seen. We've seen sixes, we've seen runs, we've seen wickets, and we've seen a bowler on a hat-trick as well. And the stage is set for 2 new batsmen who love to tee off. Rafiullah, dynamic all-rounder, and a veteran alongside him, Mehran Khan. Perfect stage for the big hitting. T10 at its very best under lights at the Oman Cricket Academy. Match 1. Right time to say good evening, Ashok Purohit.
Very good evening, Mikhail. It's such a wonderful evening. So much happening so quickly. One of the shortest format, bringing out so many action.
What a delivery. Quicker this time on the toes. They steal a single. The need of the hour is always big hits, Ashok. But you've got to always keep in mind those quick singles. How effective are they?
Quite true. Singles in this format can't be ignored. Yes, there are quite a few big hits happening already, but I think singles would be important.
This time goes on the back foot. Flatter. Had he found the fielder? Yes, he has. Another wicket falls. The danger man Rafiullah departs. He found the longest part of the boundary and the fielder as well. Very good catch under pressure. That's how you do it. And Khuwair Warriors will be delighted to see the back of Rafiullah. What a big wicket.
Indeed, quite a big wicket. He is known to... yeah, see, he goes for the big hit and it's a well-judged catch on the boundary. And one more catch on the boundary. 3 wickets falling down on the boundary.
Aditya Parag there with that very good catch. Rafiullah departs for 1. It's 52 for 4 in the 6th over.
He's correct. Arjun.
Thank you. Off.
Arjun. Ready, huh?
Straying down the line this time. Captain Amir Kaleem at the toss. He said anything inside 100 will be acceptable on the surface and that they would like to chase. Pressure on the Royals right now. After a good start, they've just fallen apart slightly.
Yeah, indeed. I think they need to go for some quick runs and here's a good shot.
Back up, back up.
They've got to rebuild Ashok from here on, but no time in this format. In 10 overs, it's just about teeing off practically every second ball.
Absolutely, quite true. They need to increase the run rate. They need to step up.
Look at the change in pace this time and the length as well. Amir Kaleem is used to such situations. We saw him do the same in the D20. He would stifle that chase completely when bowling. Very wily customer.
Yes, a very experienced customer. He has done so much for the country and as well as club.
Once again, just keeping that leg in middle line, trying to cramp the batsman. Top over this one, just for that one wide, but otherwise only 4 runs being conceded and a wicket. 6 gone. It's 55 for 4.
Partner, it's a floating power play.
Pratik, 6 overs, extras run 3. Pratik Atavale caught Arjun Suresh, bowled Saeed Amir Ali, 13 for 13. Akshay Patel caught Danish, bowled Arjun, 27.
It's been a promising start here by the batting side, but it's the bowling that has come good, particularly the one-man captain Amir Kaleem. 15 runs in his 2 overs and a wicket, and Arjun Suresh Dhiman as well has begun well, but Muzahir Raza has also been very, very good, and he's been introduced back into the attack for his 2nd over. Very good introduction by Amir Kaleem. He knows the importance of 1 more wicket. Mehran has been in prime form recently, has scored 250s. I was speaking to him sometime back in the evening. You need the big wickets here, Ashok.
Yes, and he's a very interesting prospect. Muzahir has done well in recent times.
Looks to go big this time. He's middled it really well. That's Mehran Khan for you. When it's hit, it stays hit as well. That is authority in the middle, and Mehran Khan has done it in ease.
Goes for the big one, Mehran, and does it in style.
This match has been a game of moments, and the momentum has shifted between both the sides. Amerat Royals began well. Now it's a packed offside field within the circle at the moment. All the fielders are positioned on the leg side. A deep mid wicket, a long on. A lot of discussion happening there between Amir Kaleem. He knows Muzahir is a young bowler. Ashok, what could be the discussion in the middle?
Muzahir would be obviously expected to avoid bowling a length ball. I think Mehran, if he gets the ball in his arc, he would again smash it. but the idea would be for Muzahir to cut his length, and that's what I think Saeed Amir, he knows how to stifle the batsman, how to make runs come out very hard way. So it's going to be an interesting battle between the experience of Mehran and the youth of Muzahir.
Right, and I'll tell you what, as the pressure tells on Muzahir, well, we have a few spectators as well, thanks to the new COVID norms and the regulations and restrictions. Now we have spectators in venues as well. That makes it such a delightful sight for any cricketer or a cricket follower, Ashok.
Yes, indeed, with the rules relaxed, people are expected to come, and today being Saturday.
Once again, gives that a wild swing. There's no protection behind backward square leg. This is racing away as well. It has enough legs to go. Has he saved it in just the right time? Arjun Dhiman Suresh has taken a very good catch in the deep. And now he's showing all the commitment as well with that wonderful effort.
Indeed, a very good effort by Arjun. Gave all what he could and possibly saved a run.
Practically throwing their bats at virtually everything at the moment. Amerat Royals, the ball almost died towards the boundary ropes. Very good fielding effort. 10 on 10, young man. This is the kind of commitment Captain Kaleem will want from all the boys.
Yes.
Takes it on the full this time. Does not quite middle it. Again, it's kind of running that we are seeing, the kind of energy the fielders are showing. They need to cross that 100-run mark. Very good fielding effort once again there by
Yes.
Afzal Khan.
A slower ball actually, so, and was a full toss, but he couldn't make the use of it.
Now, interestingly, all the fielders have been positioned on the ropes only on the leg side, particularly the deep mid wicket and the long on region. It's the offside field that has all the fielders inside the 30-yard circle. This time it's a slow one and looks like a simple, straightforward catch to point. Muzahir is celebrating. He's got his man. He's got the last laugh as well. Mehran has to walk back. Another wicket falls here for Amerat Royals.
They are 65 for 4 in the 7th over, and Saeed Amir's possible suggestion to give some inputs to Muzahir worked. A slower ball, he had bowled the previous ball also a slower one, but that turned out to be a full toss, but this time he was spot on and the slower ball worked for him, and Mehran obviously missed the timing.
Oh yes, that looked more like a leg break, but a very good catch by Bilal Asim as well. Mehran departs for 11, the danger man walking towards the dugout, half the side gone. It's 65 for 5.
Fast bowler. Okay. Wait. Make it fast. Guarding leg, 2 more balls to come right up, coming to the wicket.
All right, then Amerat Royals will need a move on from here. They've begun well, but all of a sudden have just lost wickets in a heap. Mehran Khan departing. Another slow delivery this time, a wild swing. Muzahir is quite an animated character, Ashok.
He is. He doesn't avoid, he doesn't miss out expressing himself, given a chance whenever it is.
We saw that in the D20 as well a few months ago. He did have a few run-ins with the batsmen. And no bowler likes being hit, particularly Ghazanfar from Gubra Giants.
Yeah.
This time slower, came in a little bit. Kuti Raja couldn't really get his body behind it, and Muzahir had a word or two to share with his young wicketkeeper. High point, youngsters coming to the fore in the D10.
Absolutely, and that's the platform they need. They have been watched across the group. Gets the wicket.
How well has this young man bowled? Hit for a 6 in the very first ball, but it's the comeback that needs special mention. He's got 2 wickets in this over and he's earned both of them, and this time it was a very quick delivery that just beat the batsman for pace. What a ball. Muzahir, you are a star tonight.
He has mixed his pace, he has mixed the bowling style, Muzahir Raza, and he has been fantastic in this over. Viren Patel going out for a duck. Amerat 67 for 6 in 7 overs.
Muzi. Skip. Skip. Ali bhai.
Straight back past the bowler this time. It should have been stopped. They steal a single quickly. Tell you what, it's been a dramatic comeback here by Khuwair Warriors. Amerat Royals had reached 50 in the first 4 to 5 overs, but after that they've just tightened the screws around them. Yasir, the new man in, Ashok, a lot of hard work to do.
Absolutely, and Amerat Royals have got a mountain to climb. They need to pick up runs. They just got...
Doesn't quite middle this one, another single. Yes, Ashok, you were saying.
They need to go for big shots now. They don't have the time. It's the shortest format. Another 2 overs and 4 more balls to spare.
Another tossed up delivery, but this time he's middled it exceptionally well towards the cow corner region. That's Vinayak. He's just come in, but he's played a very handsome shot that had the elevation and the distance. They're throwing their bats at practically everything.
They need to do it. Vinayak is a new batsman in, and it's a beautiful shot, well timed.
Once again, rocks onto the back foot this time, but has he found the fielder? Yes, he has. Catch neatly taken. It's Afzal Khan with that catch. Very, very big wicket once again. Just when it looked like Amerat Royals were finding a move on, they lose another wicket.
Indeed, Khurram Warriors are picking wickets at regular interval, and that's been the key. That's why Amerat Royals are 75 for 7 in 7.4 overs. Vinayak walks back dejectedly. He knew he had to score runs and at a quick pace, and in the bid he mistimes his shot, and well taken catch there by Danish.
Oh yes, they say catches win matches. We'll go on to see that story if this match pans out the way Khuwair Warriors. But at the moment, it's been an incredible comeback. Amerat Royals 75 for 7 this after they won the toss, elected to bat first. They were off to a flying start, courtesy Akshay and Pratik, and then after that Karan as well. But then Khuwair Warriors have stuck to a plan. How well the left-arm orthodox spinners have slowed proceedings. Captain Amir Khalim and now Mohammad Danish.
Yeah, Danish has been bowling really well, and this over has not just got him wicket, but he has managed to stifle the runs.
Again a wild swing, there's protection there in deep mid-wicket. No harm done to the runs, at least as far as Khuwair Warriors are concerned. A very nice over again, despite giving that 6 a wicket as well. 9 coming off it, 8 gone. It's 76 for 7.
Okay, make it fast. Batsman, bowler is ready.
Amerat Royals 76 for 7 in 8 overs. Highest scorer has been Akshay Patel, 27 of 12.
Amir Ali to continue. He was on a hat-trick, 2 wickets in his last over. What a start he's had. And once again, he's been introduced into the spell. An off-spinner into a right-handed batter in the death overs, Ashok.
Yeah,
how
very
many
tactical,
times?
you know. Very tactical, and I think Saeed Amir Khalim believes that his spinners could deliver.
Short and wide. Played for a single.
Amir Kalim will be very happy with the way things have panned out, Ashok.
Absolutely. They have managed to keep them in check. Amerat Royals 77 for 7. And it's a penalty made over. Both are new batsmen. This fielding change.
Around the wicket.
And Amir Ali possibly trying to strengthen the leg side field.
Now, what's happened? A left-handed batter is in the middle, so
Yeah,
you
so
have
he's got
a sweeper cover and a long off in place, a backward point and an orthodox point as well. That's more of a tennis shot over there.
Yeah.
I don't think so. There's much of meat or muscle left in this lower order of
Yeah,
Amerat
they
Royals.
have. I think it's the tail which is now, and Amerat Royals would need to score a few quick runs if they have to put up a target around 100.
Can Yasir Ali do something magical? Remember, they need a maverick in the middle to create something different right now. If they can inch to 100, it'll be a good psychological barrier.
Absolutely, it would be a target.
That came in sharply. This pitch is turning. Even with a new ball, let me tell you, that came in really, really hard into him.
Yeah, he did bowl a bit faster through the air, and got him wrapped.
That came in sharply.
Yeah. Yes, he's a very experienced spinner.
This time he slashes over cover point for a single. They're looking for the second one. They run the first run fast, but very good outfielding as well. Very good fielding. That's the kind of energy Khuwair Warriors have shown.
Al-Khuwair Warrior fielding has been really up to the mark. They have taken some brilliant catches.
Afzal Khan with that effort at cover point. He knew they're looking for the second and he charged on it and the release. That's far and wide, but he's picked it and he's cleared it as well with ease. Not an easy shot to play, but Yasir Ali has fetched maximum against the run of play. This is very good hitting.
Indeed, it is a very good hitting, and he knew that the ball was wide. He stepped out and then slashed it wide through the mid-off region.
Everything from here on is a bonus, remember. It was quicker once again, but he gave the charge and hit it over extra cover. Very good counter-attack. Short and wide this time, and he plays it. Oh, it's found the fielder towards backward point. It's the captain Amir Kalim with that catch straight to him. Yasir Ali departs. It's all happening here at the Oman Cricket Academy. Sixes and wickets as well.
Yeah, it's a wonderful wicket. Amir Ali knew that the batsman would be going out, and it's a well-taken catch by captain Amir Kalim. 86 for 8 in 9 overs, 1 over to go. They need to at least have few sixes if they need to reach the magical score of 100.
Oh, yes, always an imposing figure in the mind. 100 on the board, Ashok.
Yeah, the psychological advantage they get once they reach the 3 digits, it's going to be a big help for the team which reaches there first.
What I like about Amir's captaincy this evening, that he's put the faith in his youngsters. He's given them the crucial moments, be it Muzahir for that matter, also Arjun, Dhiman, Suresh. And they have so far stood up to the test as well. This final over will be his ultimate test.
Yes, indeed. They have been a mix of youth and experience in this squad, and Khuram Warriors have proved that they can deliver. The youngsters can deliver, the youth and the experience of players like Amir Kalim and Amir Ali. Al-Khuwair Warriors.
Beautifully bowled once again, away from the left-handed batter. It was quicker this time. Kuti Raja as well has looked good behind the stumps.
Nice ball. Didn't give him much of...
Bilal. ठीक है. Adi.
Kafid has been for a while in the middle. Hemal just walked in. Arjun 10 runs off his first over, acceptable in a T10 format. Tossed up, looks to go for the big one. Single towards covers. This has been a fine performance in the field by the Warriors.
Arjun has been exceptionally good in this last
Bilal,
two balls.
Bilal,
He
Bilal.
has managed to cramp
Bilal.
the batsmen. He has not given them much of room.
Circle see.
And
Muzahir.
Hemant Tandil is the
jaldi.
new batsman in.
Alam bhai.
He'll have a role to play.
Adi.
Yeah, he needs to score. He has just got 4 more balls.
Straight back past the bowler this time. One bounce into the stands as well. Very good hit. Hemal Tandil has just walked in and played one of the finest shots this evening. That was tossed up and his eyes lit up.
Yes, it was one of the best shots of the evening. Straight down the ground and beautiful shot. 4 valuable runs.
Short and wide this time. That got turn. Lot of turn. I'm telling you, the spinners will be kept entrusted. Surprised. Hemant Suresh as well.
That's a huge turn. And batsman is beaten.
He dragged it short this time. Slightly quicker as well and got a rip on that. Tossed up. Was in the slot. Was looking for the helicopter. But the engine is still to warm up.
Yes, indeed. And Arjun has displayed his guile while bowling the last over. It's not easy to bowl the last over, a spinner in a T10 format, and he has managed to keep the batsman.
Outside edge this time, and this will race away to the third man boundary. Or will it be cut off? It will be. This is good fielding effort. The ball died towards the end, and it's the senior statesman, Amir Ali, with that dive. Talk about commitment.
Yes, the team, they have shown so much of commitment. 91 for 8 is what Amerat Royals have scored at the end of this. 94 for 8. Sorry, 94 for 8. 95 to win for Khuwair Warriors.
Oh,
it's
yes.
going to be an interesting battle. Let's wait and see. But Said Amir Kaleem, captain, said that 100 would be something of a target they would like to score. And they have managed to.
Absolutely, Ashok. At the toss, he stated anything inside 100 is what we are looking at. Just take a look at how things panned out after Amerat Royals won the toss and decided to bat first. They were off to a flying and a promising start. Pratik and Akshay looked very strong. But after that, the problem has been none of the batsmen have carried forward, and only one batsman after the openers has gone into double figures, Mehran Khan. The rest have been 8190937, more like a mobile number we are talking about.
Absolutely. 94 for 8. Muzahir Raza was 2 for 17. Said Amir Kaleem, the skipper, 1 for 15. Danish Mohammad, 1 for 23. Arjun Suresh, 1 for 18. And Said Amir Ali, the pick of the bowlers, taking 3 for 18, including 2 back-to-back wickets.
Oh yes, it's been a top bowling effort by Khuwair Warriors. Remember, they were under the cosh to begin with. And the way it started for Amerat Royals, it was Akshay taking centre stage, and he dispatched practically every ball into the stands. For starters, they were dictating terms in the middle. Nothing really worked for Khuwair Warriors as Akshay, look at that helicopter shot for some eye candy over there. Not before this wonderful catch was taken in the deep. The timing of the jump and the alertness at the ropes as well worked. Then Karan Sanavle, the stand-in skipper, came in as well and got the big hits. But it was Amir Ali who started to get the wickets. And this over really pulled things back in favour of Khuwair Warriors. 2 wickets in an over. And all of a sudden, Khuwair Warriors were all over the Amerat Royals in this game. Captain Amir Kaleem as well struck. And then it was the young man Muzahir who got his wickets. 2 for him in the same over. A slow delivery, a quicker one. And Khuwair Warriors just showed the kind of discipline, energy in the middle. Catches were taken. And they restricted the Amerat Royals to 94 for 8 in the 10 overs.
Khuwair Warriors need 95 to win
in 10 overs. And we'll come back to you with the chase after a very short break. We are back live from the Oman Cricket Academy. It's the match between Amerat Royals versus Khuwair Warriors. Match number 1, day number 1, under lights. And opting to bat first, Amerat Royals have put on 94 in their 10 overs. Remember, it's the first of the D10 matches. They began on a promising note. This after they won the toss. A small little partnership was brewing between Pratik and Akshay. But once those two batsmen fell, then it was more of a struggle for Amerat Royals as none of the batsmen went into double figures but for Mehran Khan. Just the right time to welcome Suhas Vedam in the comm box as well. Good evening, Suhas.
Good evening, Mikhail. Absolutely 95 to get here, and they did lose a bit of steam. One batter putting his hand up and saying, I'll stay there till the end and go for the big shots right throughout could have changed things there. At least over 100, which is a psychological total, as you were discussing moments ago with Mr. Ashok Purohit as well. But for the moment, it's going to be 95, the number that Khuwair Warriors would be after. They'll be mighty pleased with the way they brought themselves back. They really brought themselves back. They were waiting for a wicket to fall the first over, second over, then came the third. But once the wicket started to fall, it was a flurry of wickets. Nobody got going. 95 in 10 overs. You really cannot emphasize more on the importance of an early wicket here for Amerat Royals to put the pressure on Khuwair Warriors. Otherwise, Khuwair Warriors would want to get going with big shots from the word go.
Absolutely, Suhas. The magical number for Khuwair Warriors, 95. This man, what a run he's had in recent times. Made a comeback into the Oman side as well. For a brief period, he's been left out now, but his comeback as well. He got a 5-wicket haul. He was a revelation in the D20. Hemal Tandel, he will open the bowling here for Amerat Royals. It's match on, ladies and gentlemen. And what a spectacle we are witnessing. Interestingly, it's going to be the same for the next 10 days, Suhas.
Oh, absolutely. Now for the lefty. Point in place. In fact, there's a wall on the off. 4 men inside the circle on the off, and there is a slightly wide-ish third man. Hemal Tandel loves to swing the ball. What's he going to do this time? The angle will take it further away from the left-hander who's given it a flash. He's thrown everything at it. Amir Kaleem doesn't make contact. Amir was looking at the umpire's arms and he said, I really hope they spread on either side. But it didn't. It's well kept by the keeper.
Navneet Krishnan. He'll be officiating this game alongside Rahul Ashar as well, who's at the square leg. Two very fine umpires. That's Rahul Ashar for you.
Oh, that's much better a delivery. What a ball. Amir Kaleem had decided to go downtown, missed it completely. 2-2. He had 2-dot balls. Pressure on Amir. And Hemal Tandel started off well enough. Will gather momentum from here on is what one would believe.
Once again looking for that wild swing. We talk about plans and strategy. In T10 we want to keep all of that aside. But the good thing is he has a number on the board to chase Amir Kaleem. He can strategize this.
Oh, the slower delivery. And just at the right time the ball starts to move. It's not late, mind you. Enough to keep the batter excited to go for the shot. A little peek. And then the ball starts to move away from the outside edge. Oh, what a good delivery. Such controlled swing. Hemal Tandel's doing it very easily at the moment. 3-dot balls. Precious.
And maybe that third man can come a little finer if he's getting that kind of an angle.
That's an interesting point that you mentioned, Mikhail, especially with the angle of attack that Hemal Tandel's got to the left-hander Amir Kaleem. And the moment you say it, he's actually been brought in. He is inviting Amir Kaleem to open the face of the bat if need be. And it's going to be a long on in place, slightly wide-ish long on. Amir Kaleem ventures out and just enough clears the infield. Wants to come back for the second run, but the problem is only he wants the second run. Amir will have a quiet word with Mehboob, and that will involve the words 22 yards are to be covered by both.
And I'll tell you what, in that single, Mehboob was just not looking at his skipper. It was only one man who wanted the second run, and that's what Amir Kaleem was not happy about. It's a T10, you're chasing 95, you need to be on the lookout for runs, you need to steal singles and doubles. This is competitive cricket.
Slightly towards you.
Hemal Tandel has bowled a very impressive first over. Just 1 run and 4 deliveries inside the power play. I'll tell you what, I'll go and give him a bouquet of flowers if he does this well in 2 overs.
Steaming in is Hemal. From the middle of the bat, but straight to the fielders. Now he wants the single. The batter wants a single. Ramil Kaleem says, you're hallucinating, my friend. It's gone straight to the fielder. Mehboob will not only go down the track to pat the bat exactly where the ball landed, but also try and measure the 22 yards as he walked to his skipper for some glove love.
The story has a new title. It's called the yes-no story in the middle at the moment. I'm telling you one thing. The last thing you need is to run your captain out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And very cheeky if you see that replay, the way he threw it, the fielder was actually looking at the striker's end but threw to the non-strikers. The fielder was trying to jinx.
Street cricket.
Yeah, and very street smart cricket too. That slight change in the field now. The point has dropped back in the shape of deep point. Now there is protection. Will he cut the ball though, Mehboob? Not if that's the line and length. Mehboob wants a single. Is very, very itchy to get off the mark. And why not? It's the T10. What an over this has been. 1 over gone. 1 for no loss. Let's go down to Shoaib, who's got someone very special to talk to.
Yes, it's Mr. Alkesh Joshi, who's also the board member of Oman Cricket. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Joshi. Last 1 year, we've seen a drastic improvement when it comes to Oman cricket, and suddenly it's become a talking point in the entire Middle East. I'm sure you must be a very proud board member.
Absolutely. For us who are an amateur or an associate nation, aspiring to get into the big league, I think the last 1 year has been phenomenal from a cricketing perspective. It started off with the award of the World Cup to us, and we had definitely never dreamt of being able to host the World Cup. As they say, the adversity which was being faced by everybody, we found a silver lining in that adversity, and we got the opportunity, and in a record period of 50 days. We were able to, get the whole World Cup organized. So it's absolutely a very proud moment for all of us.
Well, that is a rare achievement. And of course, after that, we've seen a lot of cricket happening in Oman, in Muscat. There was also the D20, which was just concluded and which was a grand success altogether. And now we are here for the D10. So a lot of cricket coming up in Oman.
The beauty of this cricket is the variety of the formats that are happening here, right? So we had our 1 day, and then we had, the T20 World Cup, and then the D20, and we also had the qualifiers of the World Cup happening in Australia, right? So they happened here as well. And we are now in this brand new format of D10, and this is the first time D10 is being organized on these grounds. And, what a great start to a new format of cricket being Australia.
Of course, the D20, the D10 is a very interesting concept for the youngsters coming through the ranks of Oman cricket. But as a board member, you must also be feeling very excited about all these new formats coming in Oman, and especially helping the domestic cricket in Oman.
So, for us, cricket has been the central focus all along. All the other noise around being able to host the World Cup and, everything else, is secondary. For us, primary focus is cricket. And for us being able to give a platform to all these cricketers who have been playing the game for the last so many years with Oman Cricket. Thanks to you guys from ITW that you've made, D20 and D10 a format which is being recognized with Oman across the GCC and perhaps across the Asian subcontinent as well. So, all these young boys are getting a platform to showcase their talent and to be able to, achieve their aspirations. So, in many ways, this is phenomenal.
Yes, we spoke a little bit about the background, a little bit about the present. Give us a sneak peek into the future of Oman cricket.
So, when us as board members, when we get together to discuss about, the future, so we're talking about, the short-term future, and then we're talking about the long-term future. So, there is so much happening. And perhaps 2022 is expected to be the most busiest year for us from a cricketing perspective. We are, there are lots of tournaments on the cards, and very soon you will hear about some of them as they get formalized. We will start making the announcements. But one thing is for sure, cricket is not going to die. It is going to keep growing in Oman.
Well, we can only wish you the best and hope to see a lot more cricket happening here in Oman. Thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
That was Mr. Alkesh Joshi, the board member of Oman Cricket. It's back to you guys in the com box.
Thank you very much, Shoaib. And thank you very much, Mr. Alkesh Joshi as well. Always great fun talking to him. Meanwhile, Amir Kaleem had to go back to the pavilion because of this. Rafiullah gets it right. Leg stump goes for a walk. Amir Kaleem doesn't even want to look back because he knows the death rattle has been heard. That's the first hiccup for Khuwair Warriors. Rafiullah has improved a lot with his bowling as well. Could be a tight single. Direct hit could have been a different story. Would have been tight. Kutti Raja has been given the number 3 position. Mikhail, what do you think of that?
Interesting. We saw in the D20 as well, he was promoted during a few games, and it's good to see that Amir Kaleem believes in the caliber of Kutti Raja. But he spoke about this man, Rafiullah. I've always called him a dynamic all-rounder, and he's showing why both bat and ball, he makes his presence felt.
Yeah, he went for a wild swing. Rafiullah knew immediately that he's got to re-ball this one. Mehboob didn't want to let it go. Mehboob's still in search of the first run for himself, and he thought a flashy shot would provide him that, because in this format it doesn't really matter if it's up the outside edge or the middle of the bat. As long as it fetches you the boundary, it's a good shot for you.
Absolutely, but there's a problem here for Khuwair. They're playing catch-up now. If they don't step foot on accelerator, 2 very fine overs so far.
Oh, he's got him this time for the lack of pace where Mehboob was expecting more. Mehboob doesn't open the account with the bails strewn apart. Khuwair Warriors lose their second. An over that started with a boundary has ended with a bowler's smile from ear to ear. 7 for 2, Khuwair Warriors.
I'll tell you what, it's that man Rafiullah once again. It's a slower delivery, the off-cutter this time. Very poor shot selection here by Mehboob. Nowhere close to that one. Rafi strikes, problems plenty for Khuwair Warriors. 2 fine overs at 7 for 2 as Mehboob departs for a duck.
Okay.
7 for 2 in 2 overs. We are definitely not short of action here. Would you believe it? An over that started with a boundary. Thereafter, the bowler says, I'll assume charge from here on. It's my over, and it shall be my way. 75 the strike rate. These are, of course, the D20 stats. The angle is also working really well for the bowler. Now, with that, we'll end the over. Kutti Raja having a word to say for the new batter. 7 for 2 on the board.
If you want to take a floating power play, you have to inform in advance before the bowler. Batsman, right arm bowler coming over the wicket.
7 for 2. Hamilton Dale to bowl his second. Captain utilizing him early. That's another interesting call indeed. Oh, that's in the gap. The fielder will cut it off eventually as he makes ground so quickly and keeps it down to a single. This is tremendous work. Akshay, the fielder, who covers yards so very quickly and kept his eyes on the ball as well. It's so easy to lose the ball as well under lights, but he didn't.
Yes, and how well has Hemal Tandil bowled? He's bowling to his field, and that's the best part about his effort this evening. You have a sweeper cover deployed. You have backward point, covers and mid-off inside the circle, a third man as well positioned. It's the bowlers bowling to the field has just kept Khuwair Warriors very quiet up front.
Well, that's a much better delivery. And again, a direct hit would have been curtains. The singles are offered, but not without resistance. That thumbs up, it's ended in a thumbs up because the ball hasn't hit the stumps on that occasion. Mikhail living dangerously here, the batter.
I'm not surprised with this dugout and their concerned faces as well. They are playing catch-up at the moment. Amir Kaleem back in the hut. There is batting, yes, but remember the pressure with every dot ball will be mounting. Hemal Tandel at the moment, he's adding a lot of spark.
Peaks we get a miss. Oh, again, well, who came first? Was it the ball hitting the stumps or the batter who was dawdling back? Lapse in concentration and he will have to trudge back to the pavilion, Azam. This is tremendous stuff from the keeper. You've got to keep your ears open, eyes open for opportunities of this kind. The batter was too absorbed in the shot that he had played. He did look back when the keeper collected, but didn't when the keeper dispatched the throw. 1, 2 bounces. Ball comes first. Batter arrives later. Up goes the finger.
Azam Ali's brain freeze moment for everybody to see. He departs for 2. In a hopeless way, he's run himself out. Another wicket falls here for Khuwair Warriors. It's 11 for 3.
Batsman, right arm bowler coming over the wicket to you. 3 more balls to come.
Danish Mohammed makes his way to the middle and his team needs him to show up and stand out today with a match-winning performance.
Oh, good ball. He's going for it. He's gone for that single. Will get it eventually, but what a good delivery this is first up. Hemal Tandel. He has calibrated his line and length perfectly. Now can he finish off this over really well? That is the bigger question. Every single ball, in terms of percentage, holds a very high value in D10 for you.
I'm looking for my bouquet of flowers to give him. I told you if he completes 2 good overs, he deserves it. He's not offered width. He's bowled with a lot of energy over here. He's kept it very tight and generated pace.
Oh, that's driven beautifully. A diving fielder will do really no good. That ball's dispatched nicely for 4. There are a few ways to hit a ball. That is one of the most perfect ways to do so. Kutti Raja is growing in confidence after that boundary.
Kutti Raja mixes some brilliance in what's been a very ordinary outing so far for Khuwair Warriors. This time intended to hit somewhere else, but it went towards the cover point region, just past the mid-off boundary over there. Much needed for against the run of play. Pressure telling on Khuwair Warriors. They are seeking inspiration, but at the moment it's desperation for them in the middle. Can they turn it around?
They needed a counter-attack and it's coming from 2 good batters in the middle. Kutti Raja hits it straight to the fielder. 3 overs gone. 16 for 3.
Leg.
16 for 3, and the batting for Khuwair Warriors, the batting card's a miserable story at the moment. There is some resistance from Kutti Raja with that boundary. Minus that, it's been a really sorrow story. They need to get going, and one of the batters need to put his hand up and say, I will be the man to do it tonight. Will get you over the line. 95 is the number thereafter. 3 overs, 16 for 3. A lot of mending work to do for Khuwair Warriors, but time not in their hands.
Looks to pull it this time. He's hit it wide of long on. They're eyeing the second. The calling has been a little bit of a problem, but this time it's been a very ordinary effort here in the outfield as well. That's Yasir Ali there. He should have kept it to 1.
There was a little stutter as far as the batters are concerned, but that misfield made it easier for him to come back for the second. Danish, there was a where the fielder slipped actually. Would you still consider that as a misfield? But you got to be ready for almost everything. The ball does almost everything when it decides to dodge you. Protection in the deep will be a spectator. He is nailed it to perfection. What a good shot this is. Width on offer. Throws the bat at it. Gets the result.
And this is where now Khuwair Warriors should target a bowler. If they are seeing a chink in the armour, and if Mehran Khan is taking time to warm up, then they need to target as well. This is a very good shot under pressure. Remember, you had Akshay Patel stationed over there, but still the batsman threw the challenge. If there's anyone who can start and turn things around, it is Danish Mohammed.
I think Yasir Ali is also feeling a little sheepish because that second run was taken. Danish was on strike, but not for long. Mehran Khan's having the last laugh. One of the stumps is lying dead, and that's not a good sign for any batter. He did hit a 6, but missed the next one. What a tipsy-turvy battle we're witnessing here. D10 is never short of action. You blink and you miss it. 4th wicket down. Mehran Khan is emerging king.
Oh, yes, he's done it for his side time and again. Chipped in with those few overs and got wickets as well. Big heave towards mid-wicket. A big gap as well. And another big wicket falls here for Khuwair Warriors. It's a procession at the moment as wickets are falling here for the Khuwair Warriors. Mohammad Danish this time departs for 9 of 4. It's 24 for 4.
Amir says the time has come to assume responsibility. Walks in at number 6, the experienced Amir Ali. And he's got to bail his team out of this situation. He's got to forget that there is a wickets column in the scorecard and concentrate only on counting down from 95. Mikhail, if there is a man who can do this at the moment for Khuwair Warriors, it's going to be Amir Ali to take that responsibility.
Amir at the top missed out. Amir in the middle order can well and truly do it as well. That's what you'll expect of Amir. He'll nudge around, he'll take the singles, he's a busy cricketer, and then he gets destructive. I like the way he compiles and constructs a chase, Suhas, because that's why he stood out for Oman cricket over the years.
Yeah, he's someone who's shown even in the T20 format, if you see, that T20 is a long time, because he was able to construct an innings and bat exactly according to the situation. T10, his team slightly down, but not out, as long as Amir and Kutti Raja can be in the middle. Bosher Busters will be warming up. They have a game coming up. That's a good delivery from Mehran. Umpire Usher suggesting there's one more delivery to go. 9 runs of the over with a ball to go, but an important wicket. You would take that any day in a T10.
Oh yes. If I'm the captain, I'll go give a pat on the back of Mehran Khan. Simply because he may have conceded that big 6. That's part of the game, but he's got me a wicket.
Driven nicely, will pick up a single and retain strike with Kutti Raja. 4 overs gone, 26 for 4, the Khuwair Warriors.
Left arm.
26 for 4. 3 bowlers used so far. Mehran Khan in his first over went for 10 but picked up a wicket. Hamilton Dale in his 2. 8 runs, and that economy is thing of dreams for a bowler.
Now Hemal Tandel may have not got a wicket, but he created those wicket-taking opportunities for the others. It's his 2 overs that put the pressure, and Rafiul and the rest came forward and capitalized as well. What a start here by Amerat Royals in the bowling department. Bowling change. The left-arm orthodox spin has been so effective in the T10 so far.
Hafidul Nabi to roll his arm over. Kutti Raja is looking for 2, but gets little support from Amir, who is dawdling to the other end.
Did you see that run? One took off and the one was strolling. The senior man said, I'll take charge. at the striker's end. And Kuti Raja kept saying 2.
So very true. Now the crowd that's pouring in is finding the best seats in the house to enjoy this game of cricket, and why not? Now Hafid's got a ball to Amir now. How much will that single cost? He's nimble on his feet. Amir, he's found the gap and he's picked up a single. Hafid would be checking one more delivery off in his mind. Required rate is climbed up to 11.8. Hamilton, how terrific was he with the ball in hand?
Oh yes, and he's made it count so very well. Look at these concerned faces in the Khuwair Warriors dugout. Short and wide, played towards point, another single. This will not cause any problems for the bowling side. They need the big hits, Khuwair Warriors. They're dried up for a while now.
Oh, the first 3 deliveries of this over, it looks like there's a whole squad fielding, not just 11. Absolutely no gaps. He's running the first one hard, and this time it's Amir running the first one hard. But we'll have to settle with a single because the fielder is too good. Fantastic stuff. He did not move around Vinayak, rather attack the ball in a straight line. The thing that they teach you in school as well, perpendicular is the quickest way to get to something.
I'll leave that to you, all the mathematics, Suhas.
Oh, hurried on to him, but still teases the same fielder, Vinayak, to pick up a single. This over has been less of destruction, and that means it's more of comfort for Amerat Royals. Mikhail, you were mentioning that every time a new bowler is introduced, you've got to try and chance your arm of going after him as batters. For the moment, Hafid's done well.
Makes room for himself, to no avail this time. Amir trying to be a little adventurous over here, but is castled. And it's Kafid Ul-Nabi with the wicket. And half the side now for Khuwair Warriors is in the dugout, and this chase looks very difficult at the moment.
31 for 5. Hafid's kept it straight and simple when it matters. A bit of an under edge, and Amir doesn't want to look back. He knows that the destruction's already been done to the furniture. Amir Ali walks for 3. It's trouble for Khuwair Warriors. 5 down for 31. Bilal will walk in. The wicket fell off the last ball of the last over, so that means Bilal will have to wait for a chance to get to the business end. Mehran Khan's been brought back, and I think it's not a bad option at all. A wicket has fallen. Khuwair Warriors are stumbling. It's the right time to try and extinguish a fire, and they can do so. Amerat Royals are picking up another. Kuti Raja would be a key wicket. He's shown signs of going for the big shot. He's shown signs of converting singles into twos as well. He's got the game. Once again, a single. A single will not pinch Amerat Royals much, though. Change in voices. We have Mr. Ashok Purohit alongside Shoaib Ahmed.
32 for 5. Mehran Khan bowling his second over. He's already picked up a wicket. The new batsman, Bilal Asim, going to take the strike, facing the first ball. There would have been another run out there. And there is a chance, and there it is. One more wicket falls, and this time it's a run out. The new batsman who just came in fact, is back to the pavilion.
Well, Mr. Ashok, what a comedy of errors this is. We've seen that a miss here, and then they still were not communicating with each other. And when that happens, you're always in danger. Another wicket falls. And Khuwair Warriors are completely losing track of this run chase. 5.1 overs gone, 32 for the loss of 5 wickets.
Kuti Raja.
So Khuwair Warriors 32 for 6 and not 5 with that run out. Ashok, really, there has to be more communication between the two batters.
Quite true. Kuti Raja was seeing the ball. Meran bowls. The second run being called, but wisely said no by Kuti Raja. 33 for 6 in 5.3. Khuwair Warriors in really deep trouble here, Shoaib.
Oh yes, they need to have a lot more application. It's not a big run chase. Had they planned it a little more, this would have been a comfortable run chase, but not to be. Some good bowling from Amerat Royals, especially Mehran Khan and Rafiullah. Looking for 2 again. This could have been another big dismissal, a suicidal run. And really here, Khuwair Warriors have no idea what they're doing.
There's a total lack of communication between the two. Kuti Raja, who's been there for quite some time, and the new batsman.
Had that been directed, he had a lot of time to aim at the stumps and throw, but not to be.
A missed chance, I would say.
Mehran Khan now. Khuwair Warriors need 60 more. This is good bowling right on the money on a good length area. Played equally well, straight down the ground for a single.
The singles won't do much here. 36 for 6. Khuwair Warriors require 59 runs of 25 balls. A tall order, I say, given that they have lost 6 wickets.
That's right. Looks very difficult from here on. Arjun Dhiman has his task cut out. And as you rightly mentioned, Ashok, singles are not going to help them. They need big boundaries. 4s and 6s. And that too, a lot of them. End of over number 6. Khuwair Warriors 37 for 6.
Captain, 5 minutes behind time. Make it fast. Power play, floating power play is on. Floating power play is on. Sahi hai. Partner power play is on. Arjun.
6 overs gone, 37 for 6. And the batting power play has been taken. Rafiullah will be bowling that over, which means 3 fielders will be allowed on the boundary ropes. And this is the right time to take a power play, Ashok.
Yes, Rafiullah has been in terrific form. He has already picked up a few wickets, a couple of wickets. And here he comes in.
Play straight down the ground. There is protection in the deep towards the long on. Won't go all the way. Will just get a single.
Rafiullah has been terrific in recent times, playing in the D20 as well as today. He has already picked up 2 wickets for just 9 runs.
Yes, 6.1 overs have been bowled so far. 38 for 6. In all sorts of trouble, Khuwair Warriors. In the slot, big hit. There is a fielder there and will take it. No, he drops it. He grasses it. These catches should be taken, must be taken. Vinayak, the man in question, the bowler Rafiullah, must be disappointed. It could have been his 3rd wicket.
Quite true. It was quite an easy catch in the deep. Could have been sighted by the lights.
Well, he did everything right there. He ran. His hands were under the ball. This time, just another single. The fielder should have taken that catch or at this level, Ashok.
Yes. It was not a difficult catch. He got well under the ball, but he spilled it.
Outside off, up and over the extra cover fielder. Clears his front leg, Arjun Dhiman, and gets a much needed, much awaited boundary for himself and for Khuwair Warriors. 45 now for the loss of 6 wickets.
Khuwair Warriors require 50 runs now to win.
That's a good shot. Some innovation there. Cleared his front foot, so there was a lot of intent. Premeditated. Again, that premeditated shot. Making use of his feet, but not getting in the line of the ball. Just playing it from away from his body and gets a single.
46 for 6, Khuwair Warriors. 49 required of 19 balls. A big order, and with Rafiullah bowling very tight.
Slower delivery, very well played. Kutti Raja making use of that power play restriction, clearing that fielder who was just inside the 30-yard circle, up and over, and the ball has trickled away towards the fine leg fence for a 4.
A nice switch shot there by Kutti Raja. He knew that the players are inside the ropes, made maximum use of the power play and got a much needed boundary.
End of the over, 7 overs gone, 50 for 6.
बराबर है
7 overs, 50 for 6. 45 more needed in 3 overs. If you look at that, it's not a very difficult task, but with 6 wickets down, the pressure is always going to be on the batters.
And the singles wouldn't help here, Shoaib.
ready रहना
Khuwair Warriors require 45 of 8, 44 of 17 now. Not much has been given by the Amerat Royals.
Catcher is the call. Should have been taken, but gets some hand onto it.
Another drop catch, I would say.
.2 overs, 52 for 6. Making use of his feet. Plays it in the gap, but only a single. And singles are not going to help Amerat Royals. In fact, Khuwair Warriors. Hafid is the bowler who's taken a wicket. I think the only reason they're going for those singles here, Ashok, is that they want to get as close to the target as possible in case the net run rate comes into picture in the later part of the tournament.
A lofted shot. And he's caught. Kutti Raja's inning 22 ends with a catch in the deep of Kafid. Kafid picks up his second wicket.
Desperate attempt to go for a big hit. Kutti Raja tried a few times earlier as well. Has not been able to middle the ball. And on that occasion finds the fielder at long on. A simple catch. And Kutti Raja walks back. Wicket number 7 down for Khuwair Warriors. The score reads 53 for 7.
Kafid picked up his second wicket. Kafid, after picking a wicket, bowls down the leg side. The new batsman in.
Afzal is the new man in. 7.5 overs. Afzal Khan. 3 matches for him in the D20 format. Of course, not a big hitter of the ball. Has not batted a lot in the D20 edition. Gets a single.
Kafid has been very economical. Picked up 2 wickets just for 8 runs. And he ends the over. He's bowling spell reads 2 for 9. Arjun batting on 10. Afzal, the new bat, on 1. Khuwair Warriors 55 for 7 after 8 overs.
Two more overs to go, and this nightmare to end for Khuwair Warriors. They haven't had the greatest of starts. At the halfway mark in the first innings, Ashok, they must have felt that they have a good chance of winning this game. But the bowling has been exceptional from Amerat Royals.
The bowling has been exceptional. Rafiullah, Kafid, all picking wickets at regular intervals.
That's right. Another single taken, and those singles won't hurt Amerat Royals. They're already smelling victory here in this first game of Fancode Oman D10. Khuwair Warriors need a lot of rebuilding to do, a lot of rethinking. Need to get their combinations right. Of course, this is the first game, early days in the tournament.
Quite true. This is the first game, and it started off in a great fashion for them. They managed to restrict them.
Uses his feet, plays it high and handsome into the cap. Diving effort, but will be in vain as they run for 2 and will not reach there in time. And that is the end of Arjun D10. For some reason, they're finding themselves short of the crease every time they're going for 2 runs.
Yeah, another run out. Khuwair Warriors struggling, tottering at 57 for 7 in the 9th over.
Let's look at that running between the wicket again. He should have run the first run hard, Arjun. He was not convinced for that second run. And when you're in 2 minds, you'll never reach in time.
Not even in the frame, Arjun.
Arjun is walking back. Khuwair Warriors 57 for 7 after 8.2. Afzal will be on strike. Pulls it, drags it from the offside towards the onside. Hafid, the fielder, will just be a single. This time they stick with a single.
That was a better decision taken by them. A wise decision, I would say. The new batsman in.
Well, in a D10 game, 10 over format, this margin of around 35 odd runs is a big margin, Ashok.
Huge.
Meanwhile, another good looking shot straight down the ground will only get a single. So, yes, they should have at least tried to get as close to the target as possible, because even if you consider the net run rate, this is going to hurt Khuwair Warriors.
In a big way. Next shot. And there was a chance of another run out here.
Well, they're trying different ways of getting run out here. All possible permutations and combinations on display from every different angle possible. End of the over. Right, so last over in progress. A lot of star players show missing out in the earlier days. Of course, the Oman national side is touring the UAE for the Cricket World Cup League, WCL.
And they have been doing well there, the national team.
That's right. Currently doing well is Afzal. We'll talk about that. That's a good-looking shot from the bat of Afzal. Rahul Ashar signals it as a 4. So some late blitzkrieg coming in from the bat of Afzal. Another wild swing, just a single.
Fails to connect this time. Going out for big shots, but then it's not happening except for the first one. We managed to get a boundary. The new batsman taking the guard, Aditya Parag. 4 more balls.
This is a good sight. Youngsters getting a chance to come out and perform on a platform like this.
The Oman cricket has really done well and the teams in the Premier Division have done well to pick up these youngsters. That's one of the motives of this tournament. This is the inaugural edition of D10, a new format for Oman cricket to introduce in the domestic league.
Stepping down, up in the air, fielder comes underneath it, takes a good catch. These catches are not easy, I tell you. Coming from short third man, you don't know where the ball is landing. It's always going away from you. And that's a good catch under pressure.
Very good running catch by Vinayak. I miss it. And very well judged. Good running catch there by Vinayak.
So Afzal walking back after some hitting. Was always trying to slog the ball out of the park. More often than not, could not get the middle of the bat. Afzal walking back.
So Khuwair Warriors on the brink of victory. There's the manager, Vinu Matthew.
Amerat Royals is on the brink of victory.
Yeah, sorry.
Khuwair Warriors would have wanted to be on the brink of victory.
Quite true.
But they're on the losing side as of now. And you can see Mr. Vinu
Matthew, a very experienced cricket team manager, and congratulations to Amerat Royals, the first win of the tournament.
That's right, first game, first win, always a good sign for a team getting into a tournament, winning their first match and winning it comfortably is like a cherry on the cake. It gives you extra confidence. Winning is a habit, and it's a good habit to have. Amerat Royals have got one better against Khuwair Warriors, winning this match comprehensively in the end. Of course, the batting has been clinical, the top order performing, and then with the bowling performance, it was really a very, very impressive and a good-looking bowling attack from Amerat Royals.
Exceptional bowling by Amerat Royals, led by Rafiullah and Khafid, and they have been clinical as far as bowling is concerned. You know, they have been bowling in the right areas, getting the wickets. And then the runouts, couple of runouts, that really cost Khuwair Warriors a lot.
That is what is the difference. How good you field is also a very important aspect of playing cricket. Khuwair Warriors batting well, not a lot to discuss in that Khuwair Warriors batting lineup. 22 was the top scorer, Kutti Raja, who scored 22 of 17, and then all single-digit figures. Quite a few run-outs there, and that is something that they'll need to correct going into the next few games. Afzal Khan scoring 10 of 8 and Arjun Dhiman scoring 11 of 9. 10 over 68 is what Khuwair Warriors could manage.
The bowling, Hemel Tandon led from the front the first few overs. He didn't pick up wickets, but he was economical. 8 runs in his 2 overs. Rafiullah picked 2 for 21, Mehran 1 for 16. Khafid 2 for 9 and Yasser Ali 1 for 7. 68 for 9 was what Amerat Royals could score.
10 overs, 68 for 9. Amerat Royals winning this game and winning it comfortably in the end. Let's quickly check at the highlights of the second innings, and it was all about running between the wickets. Of course, there were a few hits from the bat of Amir Kaleem, who was looking intent, who had a lot of intent, a lot of aggression, but a little more was from Rafiullah. He showed what he is made of, bowled really well, attacked the stumps. Meanwhile, that run out, and that is something that they'll really need to change, and change quickly, if Khuwair Warriors want to do well in this edition of Fancode Oman D10. Well, a lot of big hits and a lot of misses. That was the story of Khuwair Warriors. They were never in the hunt because they kept losing wickets at regular intervals. And when you don't have communication between each other, runouts are a common sight. Some big hitting, trying to go for those big hits, is what resulted in the fall of wickets for Khuwair Warriors. And they tried their best, but that best was not enough today. And they will want to go back to the drawing board, get their combinations right, and then take the other teams and take heads on and try to win some more games.
Most important is the understanding between the players during the running of wickets. 3 runouts in a T10 is just not acceptable for any team.
Absolutely, Amerat Royals in that first inning scoring 94 for 8, which I felt was a little below par in a T10 format. And Akshay Patel was looking good. 27 of 12 is what he scored. Pratik Athavale scoring 13 and Mehran 11. Syed Amir Ali was the pick of the bowlers, taking 3 wickets. In reply, Khuwair Warriors, well, they were never in the hunt, so to say, and kept losing wickets. Kuti Raja scoring 22 of 17. Rafiullah was the pick of the bowlers, getting 2 wickets and giving 21 runs. Hafid Nabi was also very impressive, taking 2 wickets and giving away 9 runs in his allotted 2 overs. Amerat Royals in the end winning comfortably by 26 runs. Don't go anywhere because we've got another game lined up for you right here. We'll take a short break and be back with the toss and the ball by ball action. So stay tuned and hang around.
Welcome to the post-match presentation. What a great start we've had to the tournament. A fantastic game of cricket. Amerat Royals taking on Khuwair Warriors. Amerat Royals winning the toss and saying we're going to bat first. And boy, did they put up a good total, coming to restricted eventually and winning the game and picking up those very important points. First up, I'd like to introduce you to the dignitary alongside me, Mr. Kirti Ibji from Oman Cricket. He'll be the one to give away the medallion to the player of the match, and that shall be Akshay Patel for a fantastic 27 of just 12. And mind you, 27 of those runs had a lot of sixes in them, 4 of them, so that constitutes to 24. It's very clear what his favorite denomination is to score runs. Akshay, if we can have a word with you. Congratulations on a fabulous innings. It's very important to have a good innings first up, as it sets the tone nicely for the tournament.
Yeah. It was a good game. Like we had new captain and we were batting first. It was important to set up a good total so we can defend it. Our bowlers did really good job and we played well. It was a good game overall. Good fielding, good game, good bowling. It was a good game overall.
As a batter, you were trying to create room for yourself. Was that the plan? No matter if it's a spinner or a pacer, create room for yourself?
Yeah, if you create a room, so it's easy for you to swing a bat and get the elevation right. So I did that way. For me, it's important to clear the rope as team require for me to go and smash some good sixes.
And good sixes did you smash? Wow, some of them deserve 8 or 10 runs because they were so huge. Thank you very much, Akshay, for talking to us.
Thank you so much.
The player of the match, Akshay Patel. That's all we have for you from the post-match presentation. And we'll take a short break. On the other side, we'll have the other game. Don't miss that one. It's Kurum Thunders taking on the Bosher Busters. We'll quickly make sure that you watch that too. It's time to dive into a short break.